Night one of WrestleMania was truly a night we will never forget. Did night two live up to the hype? We're here to talk about it. Kevin and Jose are live from Cowboys Stadium. Let's talk about WrestleMania night two.
Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out!
We are back. It's been a long time no see. Hey, 4 hours. What was that?
Oh, they're still announcing the attendance. 77,453. So there's still people in the arena.
Nice.
If you're with us live, what did you guys think of WrestleMania Night 2? Let us know in the comments below. Share the link here, you stink. You know all the good stuff. 27,000 plus subscribers now on YouTube. Millions on Facebook.
10 millions.
Millions. We didn't get that tonight, huh?
No.
There was a big rumor about that happening, but we didn't get it.
No, we didn't get it. We'll talk about what you did get and sound off. Get your comments on screen. We are live from AT&T Stadium. Also, thank you so much to the incredible staff here at AT&T Stadium. This is a state-of-the-art facility. Great people. Really helped you get in and out of the building.
They really did take good care of us.
Yeah, absolutely great vibes. I mean, live here, fans were really into the show, but I want to know what people watching at home around the world were thinking too.
Yeah, a lot of people under the sentiment that night one killed night two, as Christopher said. I thought night two was pretty good. We'll get into some ups and downs. Hey, look who's crashing the party
look
again.
who's crashing the party again.
Get in here, Rick. Get in here, Rick.
I heard great people. I thought that was my cue.
Riccuccino crashing the party again.
Check him out. Smack Talk with us every Friday night with Dutch Mantel. Certainly that'll be interesting to see where television goes here after WrestleMania. Everyone says that. But what did you think? This is the biggest show of the year.
Yeah.
2 nights. Did it live up to it? Did we need a night 2? Did you have enough on night 2 to warrant 2 nights of a WrestleMania? This is one of those things where I'm going to start. I saw some people being critical that there wasn't enough to warrant a night 2. I don't think that was the case. I think there were some big things tonight that they built up to, that they had some strong storylines. There were some things that had less storylines that over delivered. And we'll talk about that. We'll talk about that stunner. What was that stunner?
I think,
go ahead.
Benjamin in the chat was Roman hurt. I think he was just selling the Kimura. I think he was just selling that. I don't think
that Kimura looked nasty. I'm not going to lie.
Let's get right into it. Main event, you just saw it right now. Roman Reigns, Brock Lesnar. Roman Reigns goes over. He wins both the WWE Championship and now retains the Universal Championship. He is, without a shadow of a doubt, the most dominant performer in professional wrestling, sports entertainment. Takes out Brock Lesnar, the Beast Incarnate, clean, though there was some dustiness in the match. And Paul Heyman helped him get that rope. Paul Heyman absolutely helped him get that rope to get out of that Kimura lock. Or, people were almost thinking that, Roman was going to tap there, which this Roman tapping would have been shocking, to say the least.
Yes, this match went exactly like I said. It was 10, 15 minutes at 120 miles an hour.
Yeah.
We got a spear through the barricade. We got finishers after finishers. We got spears after spears, F5 after F5s. At the end of the day, Kevin, it's time for you to acknowledge our tribal chief as the undisputed WWE and Universal Champion of the world. Acknowledge him.
Okay.
You got it here on camera.
Okay.
Acknowledge
Kevin has acknowledged Roman Reigns.
Is the audio coming out better tonight? I hope the audio is coming out better tonight. If you got me to acknowledge Roman Reigns.
It sounds great tonight.
Good. So I mean, also we have a great Ethernet connection. I think that was another part of it. We got a better internet connection. This was a big match. It felt like a big match. It was treated like a big match. I think both guys delivered. Brock, I think, goes away for a while. We've had a lot of Brock.
I think so.
I think you won't see Brock at least until sometime into the summer.
I think so. The main event was good. It was short, concise, to the point. Again,
not too short.
I don't think it was their best effort. I think they've had better matches together. Obviously, it was like Jose said, 120 miles. But it just felt way too similar to what they've done before, and I think they've done it better in the past.
So you think they've had better matches than this one?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I like this one. I thought this was compelling. I thought the build to this was better than other matches they've had before. And then the build
was good. Yeah, the build was great. The match was good, but I like I said, I think they've had better matches.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Let's talk about this other one here that preceded it. Pat McAfee.
My God.
Oh man.
Pat McAfee comes up to the white stripes. WWE spent a pretty penny on that.
Big time over.
Hell,
the crowd absolutely loved him here in Dallas.
Some people said that Pat may have dropped the money on that himself, which I wouldn't be surprised.
I mean, he can
cheap.
afford it with that,
Yeah.
with that FanDuel.
That FanDuel money.
That FanDuel money.
Not cheap to get a White Stripe song, the most popular sports anthem in Europe and the world in soccer. So he comes out to that. Austin Theory and him have a short, effective match. This is a celebrity, a guy who's only wrestled twice. He's an athlete who's way over with the audience as a color commentator and a broadcaster and an internet personality. He knew how to take pauses. Austin Theory took care of him. They sold like crazy. And then Pat won. It was a hell of a match, back and forth, and they kept playing off Vince McMahon at ringside. And then we get a Vince McMahon match, more or less an angle, but a match of a 76-year-old Vince McMahon ripping off the shirt. They pop for the tank top.
The crowd loved it. The crowd absolutely loved it.
But then,
Yeah,
and then the bell rang. and then the bell rang.
So Vince watched Stone Cold Steve Austin wrestling match. Like, damn it, I can do that now too. Let me get my shirt off. Yeah.
Vince was moving slow, but he's a 76-year-old man.
Yeah. That stunner was probably the worst stunner of all stunners in the history of
Hey,
stunners.
hey, the very first stunner in history was crap. Why not bookend it with the very last stunner being crap?
Oh, and you could see the laugh. Stone Cold Steve Austin rushing down to the ring after McMahon and Austin Theory put the boots to Pat McAfee after the match. We're looking at gifs of it right now. Vince just lost his footing there, and I don't mind it. And Vince, Stone Cold brought him back in and just kind of babied him into his shoulder.
Yeah.
We're looking at gifs of it right now. We'll put it up on the screen.
Victor Nash with a big super chat. Thank you, Victor. Night 2 wasn't all that, but Cody versus Seth stole the show. Now WWE needs Cody versus Roman since Roman couldn't beat Seth. I said that prior to the match tonight. I said that Roman's going to win, and I think Cody is going to beat Roman Reigns' undefeated streak. I said that prior to the match, prior to the main event there. I fully believe Cody's going to be the man to take down Roman Reigns.
That actually makes sense. That actually makes a lot of sense.
We're seeing it here on screen.
It actually makes a lot
We're
of
seeing
sense.
it here on screen.
We should. You guys should pull up like Vince's first stunner too, back in like '97.
I felt bad for Vince McMahon in this case, and I it's just a mistake. It happens. You just don't want it to happen at WrestleMania. If this happened on Monday at Raw, I don't think people would have been nearly as mad about it, but it's WrestleMania.
Let's address all the viewers that are watching right now. I see 387 watching right now.
Watch this.
Let's acknowledge the viewers.
Acknowledge the viewers. We're doing that right now. Engage with the show. Y'all need to do that right now. So I want y'all to hit that like button, to hit that heart button, the laughing emoji, the angry emoji. Sound off in the comments. The more engagement you give us, the more people get to watch this. All right? So go ahead and engage with the show, and I want to see 391 likes in the next 10 to 15 minutes. You guys do that.
Going back to Pat McAfee, man, the crowd was hyped for it. McAfee showed up, and I was very happy at how that match turned out and how Pat performed.
He looked great.
He did.
Man, he did.
You had all the Gaga in there. There's a whole lot of Gaga tonight. We'll talk about Gaga.
Him losing
all the
to
show
Vince
had was not Lady Gaga.
Him losing to Vince probably wasn't necessary, but him taking bumps for Vince was probably a bucket list item for him, as well as taking a stunner, which was one of the best stunner sells ever, just like a swan spitting up water, just slow motion Pat McAfee. Also, Austin Theory sold a great stunner too.
Yeah, it was. The thing is, you could have had Vince take a bad looking stunner and saved all the time with Vince. Vince could have just ripped off the tank top and just got in the ring and beat him. You didn't need to have a match. You didn't need to have him in there too long.
It was funny.
The thing is, I saw what they were going for. We just didn't get, I think, exactly what they were trying to achieve.
Yeah.
The fans were happy. You got Stone Cold playing the hits.
Yep.
We got Stone Cold 2 nights in a row.
It was funny. It was funny when Vince reacted to Theory's music thinking it was a run-in. He did when they played Theory's music afterwards. He looked like that. And he's like, thought it was going to be a run.
Another thing is the sound in this building is a little odd. Okay, I don't know if it comes off that way on television. The way when someone cuts a promo, there's a like the way the sound comes out a little bit, and I could see that being an issue because I'm walking around, I'm in the crowd, I'm up here in the press box. When the sound hits, there's a little bit of almost a 1/1000 before you know what you're even getting. So
Linda took it better.
Yeah, that's pretty accurate. It's pretty accurate.
What other matches you want to cover here, Jeremy, from WrestleMania Night 2?
Let's just go ahead. We covered the last 2 matches. Let's go ahead and go to the top of the card. How about the beginning of the night? Triple H coming out, putting the boots in the ring, getting one last entrance into the ring. I thought that was a tremendous way to open Night 2, gentlemen.
Big reaction for it.
Huge.
I mean, when you get to WrestleMania, you're talking the diehard of the diehard. You're talking fans from around the world. A lot of people love Triple H. He had a big reaction before he even said anything.
And you can hear crowds right now. I don't know if you can hear it faintly, but there's crowds still chanting White Stripes Pat McAfee. That's how over he is. They're still chanting. You can hear him faintly in the back right now.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah, it was. Special stuff.
Yeah,
special stuff for sure.
We'll get into the match a little bit later, but Randy in the chat saying, who do you want to see join Edge's faction? I got to tell you, my number 1 choice for Edge's faction, we reported on it through Fightful Select, Edge and Damian Priest. I want to say Rhea Ripley. That's my number 1 name right now for that faction.
Interesting choice there. We can jump around the card, but let's talk about that match, a very anticipated match from WrestleMania this year. AJ Styles versus Edge, a dream match between 2 stars. Really, AJ establishes his name in Impact TNA. Then comes to WWE in 2016, years after Edge is out of the ring, and we wouldn't see him again. So getting to see them again to establish big names like that, 2 certified Hall of Famers, one of them a Hall of Famer, would be a big thing. The thing is, I don't know what happened in this match. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't the match fans wanted, I think.
It was below expectations.
It was below expectation. You're absolutely right about that, Jeremy, because the story for me was way better in the build-up than the actual match. The match was slow. It felt like there wasn't all there. It looked like AJ may have gotten injured in the match. Maybe something with the shoulder.
He caught his we know about
the video of him catching his face on the entrance.
Yeah,
but he made his way into the ring, and for the live crowd, it didn't appear like there was any issue.
And some of the greatest
what happened in the match.
Some of the greatest matches ever. They do start off slow. Kenny Omega and Okada. I mean, that started off slow before they just turned it up. But this just never seemed to turn it up. I don't know what happened.
They were getting on 4th gear, never got to 5th.
Yeah, they were getting going. And the finish with the spear into the phenomenal elbow was really cool. I just thought, why have Damian Priest come out and do the television finish? That's a TV finish. That's a week-to-week, a non-finish type thing to do. Or if you're going to do that, have Damian Priest lay out AJ Styles and really be violent. But you had a lot of dirty finishes tonight, and I think they needed to do one where the interfering force wasn't physical. And I can see where that would become redundant throughout the night. So I understand, especially when you saw where the show was going on after that. We're jumping around the car. We're not here in order, but I understand why they would do that. Because, all right, we're going to be physical. We're going to do this later on in the night. We're going to have this person interfere. We can't do that again here. And you form this new faction that Edge has together that has kind of satanic.
Yeah, this match was just, it was an angle. This match was an angle to set up the faction.
We're letting the fans drive the show tonight. They were talking about the new factions. We'll let the fans drive the show here for a little bit. But yeah, but that Edge entrance though was badass. I love it.
Was entrance of the night for sure. Yeah. In terms of like the spectacle and the throne and the fire, they're kind of creating this image of him as this kind of almost dark leader, if you will, culty.
I think some of our fellow press members are like the new Undertaker, like the new iteration
purple
of
and black.
Yeah,
using purple and black.
I think that was a tribute for sure. I think that was a tribute for sure.
The thing is, it was a good match. I think we need another one. I think they need to make this one up. You have 2 guys that look like it can still go, unless one of them got hurt here. But I would love to see more of Edge and AJ. It's just weird that you start that series here.
Yeah, but that's not unknown, right? We've seen that happen where you establish an angle at the biggest pay-per-view of the year just to get a payoff at WrestleMania Backlash or the next Saudi show. So not entirely surprising, a little disappointed. I really had high expectations for that match. But unfortunately for me, it really didn't live up to it.
Yeah. Ozzy in the chat. Jose, did you get your tripod back from Rick?
Oh, he gave me. I got that mailed back like 7 months ago. So Rick's back in my good graces.
We can put that story to bed now. Let's go to the top of the card. Triple threat for the Raw Tag Team Championships kicking off. RK Bro.
Shit? What? Who's going?
I'm talking
shit. There he is.
We got fans asking, "Hey, did you get your tripod back?" I was like, "Oh yeah,
it got taken care of. Don't worry, it got taken care of."
Start of the card, RK Bro, Street Profits, Alpha Academy. I absolutely loved the double RKOs off of the turnbuckles there by Randy and Riddle. I thought this was a great opener, a great way to kick off tonight.
Great match, solid. Teams are over. RK Bro winning was a big deal. This team didn't need to break up. I think that was kind of the case, and the fans are still on board with them.
This was supposed to be a one-night thing, guys. This was RK Bro was supposed to be one night only, and then
we're approaching 1 year on it now, right?
Yeah, but that's wrestling. It's organic stuff. Catches on. Yeah. You know, the catchphrases "shoosh" was not something. I think, you know, like the "what" chant was not something that was ever like, oh, we're going to write "what" into the show. Yeah. You know, it just kind of caught on and became a thing. You know?
What was the live reaction to Gable Steveson getting in the ring, and he had a Gable versus Gable?
Pretty massive.
Pretty massive. I mean,
Gable and Gable attorneys at law.
Yeah, Gable and Gable. Who will be the one true Gable? Who will be
there
able
can
to
only
be
be
Gable?
one Gable.
Only one Gable will survive.
But I mean,
the battle of the Gables.
It was also nice that you had that match too, because you have two like legit guys.
Oh yeah, they're both Olympians.
These are both Olympians.
I mean, one's only an Olympic gold medalist, but
true that'll be brought
up. Both Olympians.
You had Gable Steveson was able to do that overhead belly to belly. It looked great. It looked smooth. Mm-hmm. He looked like $1 million. He looks like he's supposed to be in the ring, and then he gets the cheers with the Street Profits and RK Bro, and that was kind of nice. I also like that the wrestlers hung around the ring afterwards.
Yeah. Just to kind of look at what was
like, all right, this is going down, and they're all drinking red cups, waiting to see what's going to happen here. Yeah, exactly.
Then we got our WrestleMania cheer afterwards. Great moment. Because I was like, God, if we're just gonna say, oh, here's Gable Steveson again, and like they did last night, it's like at least they did something tonight. I'm pretty happy that at least they didn't just repeat last night and say, here he is, and they actually had him do something in the ring with a beautiful belly to belly, I might add. Next up, Bobby Lashley, Omos. I believe, if I remember Sean Ross Sapp saying correctly, Omos was supposed to win this going in, and obviously things have changed. Maybe they're souring on him. Maybe he's not progressing as a wrestler because he still can't really go in the ring too good. I was under the impression that Bobby Lashley was going to still have to have surgery on that shoulder coming up after Mania, and he put it off. Tonight. And so he put it off. Maybe he doesn't need that surgery because they put him over almost in what I consider to be a surprise tonight, guys.
This was it's odd because this is the match that had the least build. I think to anything on Mania, this is the last announced match.
Yeah,
Omos is a big character for casual fans in the audience. He walks out. He's just a big guy. I know that seems like such a basic thing to see because we see him on television, but in person, he is head turning. Really big. And so Lashley winning over him in this kind of like clash of like gigantic fights was surprising. Mm-hmm. I was very, very surprised by that. Audience was surprised. A lot of surprising finishes, and this is one of them. It was a great match. I wouldn't say it was it was a good match.
It was a fun match.
It wasn't supposed to. It was a spectacle. It was supposed to be a spectacle.
I think that's a great description. Yeah, it was a spectacle. Yes.
A spectacle. You know, for the fact that that Lashley was able to get him up for a suplex and spear him for the 1, 2, 3. I mean, the match only went about 6 minutes. That's about all it needed to go. But I think they must be souring on Omos because they were pushing him to the moon. But now,
also, but when you look at the matchup right now between Lashley and Omos, right? You can visibly tell that Omos is still kind of green in the ring, right?
Yeah.
And so Bobby Lashley did great with the suplex. He did great with the spear. That spear behind the back was a little awkward. Like, I don't know what that was about.
They were saying on commentary, they said the exact same thing because Roman did the same thing to Brock, and they played it off as they're attacking the kidneys, attacking the back.
So is this going to be like a new thing that we see now? Like spears to the back?
Spears to the back. Yep,
we called it the Superman shove. It was the Superman shove.
Oh, yeah, that was that one. He was just like, eh. He was
but this was a fun match.
He was too close to Brock on that one, and he just went, eh.
I want to talk about this.
Next up,
we had a great women's match last night.
Yes,
with Bianca Belair and Becky Lynch. I think we had a solid match with Charlotte Flair and Ronda Rousey. Maybe it wasn't as great as it could have been, but it got there and it did what it was supposed to do, and was probably better than the build to the match. Right? That match,
yeah.
But
absolutely.
The women's tag team match
that was good.
What with three? How many teams do we have?
We had 4 teams. So it was Queen Zelina Carmella, Natalia Shayna Baszler, Naomi, Sasha Banks, and Rhea Ripley and Liv Morgan.
This felt like a WCW cruiserweight match with a bunch
Oh.
of different scrambles, a lot of high spots, a
was
lot
another
of
fun match.
the
How about-
entrances were spectacular.
how
If you're a
about
fan
the
of women's
gear?
wrestling, if you love the
The gear was
divas,
awesome. The gear was
How about
tremendous.
how about the gear on Liv and Rhea? Yeah.
it was cool, dude. There was some like Legion of Doom nods there and stuff like that.
There was some BDS.
But when
There
the
were-
bell rang, they gave it, you know.
There-
And this was a fun match, and also the right team won. I think they came out. Naomi and Sasha had the biggest reaction, the biggest pop.
Not
when they
only
came
that,
out
but
there.
I don't know, Jeremy, were you able to see the crowd by the ramp? It was like a rave going on. They all had glow sticks.
Yeah.
There was like glow sticks and lasers all over the
Did
place.
that come off on television?
Huh?
Did that come off on television?
I don't
You
know.
guys watched it?
That's what I wanted to know. Did
Yeah,
that
I
come
think,
off on
yeah,
television?
It did. Yeah, it did. Mhm.
We had TVs here, but sometimes we don't get
Yeah.
like that feed. So
And that
yeah.
Lamborghini was so sweet,
that
too.
was sweet. Yeah,
There you
get that
go.
Lambo off the stage.
There you
too.
go, just for the chat. The Legion of BDSM. Ha!
Ugh. You said it, not me.
The internet was melting down at the outfits they had on. The internet was melting down. But yeah, that was a great match. I was, like I said it on Twitter before the match started. I said my heart was with Rhea and Liv winning, but I fully expected. But hey, I mean, Sasha Banks finally wins the match at WrestleMania, so it's hard to believe that she had never won at WrestleMania, and finally she now wins. Let's go to the match that was right before it. Oh man, how entertaining was this? Johnny Knoxville
Oh, my
and
God.
Sami Zayn. This
I'm not going to
was
lie. This is the best match of the night. This best match of the entire weekend.
What?
what?
What are you talking about?
What?
What are you
What?
talking about?
What?
But you don't like seeing people getting slapped in the face with a gigantic hand?
No.
Hey,
Or
hey,
being getting
I mean,
kicked in the nuts?
Hey, show respect for Mae Young and Mark Henry's kid.
I love the fact that Sami Zayn
fuck you, Jeremy.
gets pinned with a mousetrap, with a gigantic mousetrap. And then you have the whole crew of Jackass coming out. This entire thing was hilarious. The crowd loved it. It came across awesome on the TV. I mean, I think this was great. This was
How great was
the
it that
most
the mouse?
entertaining match of the weekend.
I'm not saying I hate it. Go ahead, Jeremy. I'm
How
sorry.
great was it that the mousetrap wasn't working, but then Knoxville figured it out and then got it to work?
He just swung it over and jumped on him. You know,
he got it to work. This had everything. You had Party Boy getting naked and dancing. Pat McAfee on the commentary going, his ass is still clapping, them cheeks are still clapping. Pat McAfee during this match was hilarious, by the way. Man, this was everything I was hoping it was going to be.
This is ridiculous. Johnny Knoxville wins. He took a lot of bumps in this. The interference with the Jackass guys was well done. We were getting a Jackass match.
Yeah.
They had the big
It
giant
was
hand.
fun, though.
And also like the pyro. They did everything.
See, but things like that you can't take too seriously. Like,
This
if you're
is-
going to be a mark about it, like, oh, I don't like this match because people are getting slapped or
How come there's no Sayuda suplex?
Exactly.
There was.
Exactly.
Someone went through
This was just entertaining. Fun.
Yeah.
It was. I thought it was Nick Hausman from Wrestling Inc. said that was his favorite match from the entire weekend.
it's not my favorite match of the weekend.
I think it is.
Cody Rhodes and Rollins is still the match.
That it. Oh yeah, that was.
Go ahead.
That Wee Man body slam on Sammy was pretty impressive there. That was definitely a good one. I had a feeling Wee Man was under the ring. You know how Hornswoggle would always be under the ring. I just had this feeling when Pontius went under the ring that Wee Man was going to come out. Sure enough, there he was. And Wee Man doing a great job picking Sammy up. How about that?
Also, kudos to the celebrities. You had Pat McAfee, who's only his third match, looked good. Johnny Knoxville went out there, took some real punishment, didn't need to do it, looked good.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you had some celebs tonight, Logan Paul on Saturday night. So I know people complain about the celebrity thing, but all of those guys delivered on their parts. Now you could say the elements they were part of, like with McAfee in that case, that's not even him. It's a stunner or something like that. It's a botch. You know, it's a mistake. Somebody makes a mistake.
Yeah.
To me, all those elements make sense. It's WrestleMania. This show literally was created on the idea of celebrities intermingling with wrestling. That is the core of WrestleMania as a concept. It's wrestling transcending wrestling and becoming
Into pop culture and
pop culture.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, before we wrap it up here in a few minutes and give you our scores for night 2, put it in the chat. Give us your score out of 1 to 10 of how you would rate WrestleMania 38 night 2. and we'll compare it to what we gave it last night. Last night, we gave it a 9, a 9, and a 9.5. So that's a lot to live up to. The only other match we didn't talk about was one that wasn't really worth talking about, but it was great to see Kofi and Xavier Woods with the Big E singlet doing the Big E dance on the stage. That was a great tribute, and for a tributing Big E, but yet losing in 2 minutes, I thought it was a complete atrocity for the New Day.
I almost feel like that match shouldn't even been on WrestleMania. That should have been on SmackDown.
The kickoff.
Huh?
The kickoff.
Or on a kickoff.
We had that's
2-hour kickoff shows.
We had 2-hour kickoff shows here.
Yeah.
We had 2 of them. And I don't know why you couldn't have done a match in one of those shows. WWE's had success with the kickoff shows in the past 6-7 years since they introduced the network of doing a match that is exciting. The Usos have played that role before. You've been surprised when you see Rey Mysterio in a kickoff match. But here's the thing I think people need to remember about that. A lot of people see those matches. A lot of people see those matches. And for an undercard match, in some cases, that may be the most watched, highlighted match that those people get to have because it's on free platforms and it teases the pay-per-view. That's just logical. I just don't know why WWE didn't want to utilize that. Maybe they just wanted to get you behind the paywall Peacock if they were teasing this thing on YouTube and watching it on USA.
Yeah, another thing that kind of bothered me about the matches that neither the Intercontinental or the United States Championships were on the shows, neither on night 1 or night 2. So that just kind of goes to show you, like, they really don't care about those titles.
I almost think maybe tonight that Andre the Giant Battle Royal
that would have been better than having the tag match.
Than the tag match we had. You know, I mean that's there's a role for those matches to get guys on the show and have it still be fun, especially when you have 2 nights here. Yeah. I think those are the only critical things we can say. Night 1 was really cool. Yeah. Tonight had some very strong moments, but definitely night 1 far superior than night 2.
I agree.
Yeah. Agree. By far. Ricky Castillo in the chat. I fully agree with what Ricky just said. The match of the weekend was FTR and the Briscoes.
I have to go back and check that out.
I fully agree. That was the match of the weekend out of everything that occurred on WrestleMania weekend in Dallas. That definitely takes the cake. Cody,
I haven't seen it yet. I haven't had the time to see anything.
Me neither. I'm gonna do that tomorrow.
Cody and Seth go in at number 2 for me there, and then number 3, I'd have to say Bianca Belair and Becky Lynch. Those are my top 3 of the weekend. Yeah. So WWE taking away 2 out of the 3 for my top 3 this weekend. And I did watch a lot of wrestling. I still have some stuff to catch up on too.
How much wrestling did you watch this week at home, Jeremy?
A lot.
You have an opportunity to see more than we do. And we're here.
I was up till 3 a.m. both last night and tonight. I was up watching live Joey Janela's Spring Break Night 2. That didn't get over till 2:30 in the morning. And then I watched Effie's Big Gay Brunch last night till about 2 in the morning. I didn't even get through it all yet. But moment of the weekend is when Denise Salcedo hit Sean Ross Sapp in the nuts and eliminated him from the clusterfuck battle royal. That was the moment of the weekend too, by the way, guys. We are should we wrap her up? We have anything more to say?
Yeah, let's do the ratings before we're
done.
Wrap
up. I think WrestleMania night 2, it was fun, it was entertaining, but it was not better than night 1, or night 2 was not better than night 1. So I
can't call it a massive disappointment.
It was not a massive disappointment, which is why I'm going to give it a solid 8. I think an 8 is fair because of that AJ and Edge match. That stunner botch, I think, also didn't help. But we had some fun things that happened tonight.
And Brock and Roman was fun. That was a wild, fun thing. That was a main event.
Night 1, far superior.
That felt like a main event. That delivered as a main event. We got some really cool stuff. The women shine tonight. I'm giving the show a 7.5. But overall, thumbs up weekend. Because do we judge them as one show together?
If you want to judge it together,
kind of hard,
and average out a solid 9 between both nights.
And last year, you went to WrestleMania in Tampa, and you saw the 2-night element there.
Correct.
What do you think of seeing 2 years of the 2-night WrestleMania? Because it's a hard thing to book.
Well, this is their second year doing 2 nights. The first
it's already been announced for next year.
Pandemic.
They already announced it for next year, so they're going to do 2 nights next year. So
there's going to be 2 nights next year in Hollywood. Last year in Tampa was 2 nights. And if I recall, the second night was better than the first night last year. This year, I think just because of the fact that we got Cody debuting on Saturday night, that got a lot of people talking, and that
Yeah.
Seth versus Cody match really got people loving what happened last night.
Well,
and then you got Stone Cold as well.
And Stone Cold, yeah, KO.
well,
What
in
about you?
terms
What's
of-
your rating, dude? What is it?
7. I'm gonna give it a 7. In terms of
Fair.
in terms of quality of matches, there was nothing that was WrestleMania caliber tonight. There was no WrestleMania caliber match tonight. There were a lot of entertainment value, like Sami Zayn and Johnny Knoxville, Pat McAfee, and Austin Theory and Vince and Austin. There was some great entertainment that was WrestleMania worthy. But when you look at the matches themselves, night 1 smoked night 2. There was not a banger. There was not a must-see match tonight, in my opinion. So I'm giving it a 7, where I gave last night a 9.
There you go.
It's fair.
I think that's the sentiment, is that night 1 was better. I'm okay with WWE continuing the idea of 2 nights. You know, I think it's worth it. The building can handle it. There's the draw. There's fans that will spend the money.
But for
They've
the
done
love
it
of
now.
God, if you're not going to do a match on a kickoff show, don't make the kickoff show 2 hours. For
Yeah,
crying
yeah.
out loud.
I think that would be the only thing that we would probably change, and add some matches to that, and get the Intercontinental and U.S. titles on the damn show.
I mean, unless you want to add the celebrities on the kickoff show and you want to do a concert or something, like, I don't think a kickoff show needs to be 2 hours.
No, it doesn't.
No,
you're absolutely right.
yeah. When there's nothing of value on those, and you're just replaying those videos on the show, anyways. You know, there was a few things that happened on the kickoff show that were, you know, interesting maybe or something, but very out of the whole 4 hours, that was maybe 15 minutes. Everything else was just videos that we saw again on the main show. So it was pretty worthless to have it for 2 hours.
We did a lot of content this weekend.
We did. A lot of
Jeremy, thank you so much for holding the fort down.
You did awesome this weekend, bro. Appreciate you.
Want to thank Jugal, one of our social media heads here, Super Team, Raju, Arunava, Roni, all the guys back in India, our main team there. A lot of great video editors, so many great people. Also, I know that, we're a real kiss ass. I want to thank the WWE public relations team. They're very, very accommodating.
Awesome.
Gave us great access to talent this week, and allowed us to give you guys this unique experience where we're in a stadium right after a show. So we're thankful for that. But thumbs up. I mean, people have been down on WWE for a while.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think you can say this is a thumbs down weekend overall.
No, absolutely not. I think the fans got the fan service that they wanted with Stone Cold, with Johnny Knoxville and all the celebrities that we got. The crowd here absolutely responded to the event both nights, and I think the fans ended up winning anyways.
Yeah, no one's gonna walk away from this saying this is the worst WrestleMania.
No, not at all.
You know, this is I don't think it's gonna happen at all. No.
Yeah. All right, gentlemen. Well, you can catch us on Top Story, of course, every Monday through Friday around 5:30 Central. You can catch myself tomorrow night. I'm going to be on True Heel Heat for the Raw After Mania watch along, which of course is going to be pretty monumental, because it's going to be probably going back to the old formula of some surprises and some debuts. So it should be a tremendous show tomorrow night. And of course, we got Legion of Raw with Dr. Chris Featherstone and Vince Russo after Raw. Right after Raw tomorrow. It should be a fun night as well tomorrow. And then Wednesday, oh boy, can't wait for Wednesday. Samoa Joe making his debut on AEW Dynamite. So it's still this great week of wrestling is going to continue.
Joe.
All right, boys, let's take it home.
All right, guys. We appreciate you.
Yeah.
We love every single one of you that tuned in
you.
and shared the video and liked the content. I see 176 of you gave us that thumbs up and engaged with the show. We love you. Thank you so much. There's still 286 of y'all in here, so get this over 200. I love you guys.
Right now.
Appreciate you. I will not be. I'm flying back home tomorrow.
Yeah.
So I won't be home until like late at 7 p.m. Eastern.
I might beat you back to Chicago before then.
Okay, so
Our Monday show is 50-50 right now.
Yeah,
based on travel.
It might be just me going solo, huh?
Yeah.
But again, I did want to say to every single one of you that are watching, thank you. We couldn't do this without you. You guys tune in every day. You guys tune into the content and watch every single day. We love you. We appreciate you. To the entire SK team, thank you. We are grateful. To WWE, thank you. We are grateful. Man, awesome weekend.
We met fans this week that watched the show.
Oh yeah, that was awesome too.
That was really, really cool. And we got to film some stuff that hopefully you guys will be able to see soon as well. And it just felt good. WrestleMania is that big elevating weekend above anything else in wrestling, whether you're a pro WWE guy or not. And there's so much wrestling here that isn't just WWE. It was exciting for the genre of professional wrestling, sports entertainment. WWE keeps this big, and the rest of the industry galvanizes behind it. It's fun. It's a fun time to be a fan of wrestling right now.
Hell yeah, it is.
All right, give us that line, boys.
Oh, yeah, the line.
We'll give us the line. Well,
The line.
guys, as always, remember when you are watching wrestling, enjoying WrestleMania, what's the one thing y'all got to do?
Enjoy wrestling.
Yeah. Let me talk to you.